Hey everyone, this is going to be Virgo's reading for the month of February. It is Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, it's going to be general, so what that means is that not everything will resonate with everyone. If this does not resonate with you, please move along and do not try to hold on to it or make sense of it. If it resonates with you, it will just click, okay? So that being said, if I do resonate with you and you would like a personal reading, all the information that you need for that is in the description box below. I do ask that when you send me the first message, you do include how you would like to receive the reading. Would you like it by phone, by video, or by live Facebook chat? Or we can figure something else out if we need to. Video is always going to be, excuse me, the easiest for me. Just so that when I have time, I can do it and get it to you, but it is not the only option, and I will do whatever you are most comfortable with. Including it in the first message really cuts down on the back and forth, saves me time, helps me out a lot. All right, so right into your reading, Virgo. We have where you've been, where you're at, where you're going, shadow card, and two universe has your back cards. All right. I'm going to start with your shadow card here. All right, the Temperance. Beautiful card to get is the card for Sagittarius, or just the energy, not necessarily a Sagittarius, but in any event, I love this card, how she's incorporated the tiger with the water, and it's not just any water. I mean, that's a powerful sort of destructive water there, and I love the tiger is the walker between worlds, right? So you have this beautiful like duality. And I just absolutely love it because it's so much about, just renewal and regeneration. And the Temperance is also about as above, so below, and really combining that spiritual with that physical, right? Getting that redemption, right? That born again, that cleansing, this destructive water washing away and building back up, right? That rebirth. So that is your shadow card. That's really going to set the tone for this reading. Now, your first card, where you have been, is this Nine of Discs. I will say I read something in this book that really clicked with me, and that was, and I believe it was even something that she read from someone else. So she's not the original like author of this statement or whatever. She's quoting this, but if you pass the threshold before you're ready, gods can look like demons. And I found that a very powerful statement because I don't feel the same way about this imagery today as I would have a year ago, right? Or even probably 6 months ago, 3 years ago, whatever. We're always evolving and changing, right? And understanding more and more and seeing things in new lights. But I don't have a lot of people that follow me that would be uncomfortable with this card. So I did just want to put that out there. And I do want to say that I do love this card as well as I love this deck. So Nine of Discs, right? This is all about balance. Like perfect harmony with masculine, feminine, and just the natural order of things, not really denying any aspect of yourself, right? This is nine of Discs, or Nine of Pentacles, is really about being in a joyous state, in a like immediate fulfillment, right? Being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? In the traditional deck, she's sort of in her garden, kind of just chilling, right? So, yeah, here you've been really trying to gain the power of discernment and learning how to really use discretion, right? And you've really been trying to kind of go back and forth with a perfect harmony of masculine and feminine within yourself, and possibly within an actual physical union, a soulmate or something like that. But it's not been the easiest challenge, but this is where you've been, just sort of like kind of trying to figure it out, I would say, right? So then you get this Four of Cups where you've come to now. Now you did get it in reverse, but that's okay, right? It's really just because you're still battling with this Nine of Discs and still struggling with denying or not denying your emotions and allowing yourself to feel those feelings, right? So there's been some dissatisfaction, right? Because certain parts of you want to do this, but you think that's not right, and vice versa. And then you give yourself or grant yourself the pleasure, and then you're feeling guilty about it, right? So this is also dealing with like the projection of feelings on others, and really coming again from that place of fear. All right. So the reason that you have been dissatisfied with some of this is because you're coming from that place of fear and really having trouble allowing yourself to feel these feelings that may have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you may have been molded in the past to believe that some of these things are bad or evil or dark or wrong, okay? But this is really all just stemming from fear, all right? And insecurities are again stemming from fear. But yeah, it's really just, you're not really giving yourself a chance to really go within and feel, right? You're still trying to deny certain things that you really can't, because it is all about this harmony and this balance. You know, humans are flawed. They're flawed, and that's what's so perfect about humans, right? So where you are going, this Ten of Swords, and I love this. I love this Death riding in on this pale horse. This, I would say this is like one of my favorite cards, but there's so many in this deck that I'm in love with this deck. But yeah, it's really letting that ego die. The Ten of Swords, you know, yeah, there may be some betrayal. There may be some sorrow coming up for some of you, all right? There may be some sadness coming up, and some betrayal and some backstabbing. But you need to understand that this is the 10. This is the end of the cycle, and this is part of your growth, all right? That's some of those growing pains, right? But that Death riding in on that pale horse, man, that's going to be this ego dying. That's going to be really letting go and letting the ignorance kind of die away with it. The ignorance of denying yourself because someone else said, right? What was good for them may not be good for you. It may be how they live. That may be the right path for them. And it may be evil for them, but it may not be that way for you. So it's important for you to get this balance, this harmony, this perfect spiral, right? So yeah, it's also, like I said, there may be some sorrow and some loss for some of you. But again, you have to understand that it's the 10, it's the completed cycle, it's coming with the lessons. So it's also a chance for you to get rid of some of these impure things, all right? So with that grief and that sorrow that you may or may not experience, you have to understand and look at it as a good thing, because these are things that no longer need to be with you. You need to let these things die, let them go, so that you can complete this cycle and move on to the next step, right? So your first universe has your back card is I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Okay? I'm unapologetic. I love that, because you don't need to be apologizing for what you desire. Again, letting yourself feel these things because they are right for you. By shutting off aspects of yourself because someone said, you're not really becoming a complete person, okay? So you don't need to be apologizing for your desires, all right? And you need to trust that what you focus on will grow. And you need to be focused on your growth, okay? So then the next card is, I honor how I want to feel. Again, another card about really feeling the feelings and allowing yourself to not be cut off from these things that make you a whole you, all right? You need to honor your feelings, honor your emotions, and let them be. Sit with them, all right? Because when you try to deny them and when you try to resist them, you're really just creating a shitstorm for yourself. You don't have to take my word on that. There is plenty of research you can do on that, scientifically, spiritually, in all religions, all walks, somewhere, somehow, in every way of life that someone is going to live, it will say something similar to that. All right, Virgo, that's what I have for you for the month of February. I love you so much. Namaste.